Yo, what's good, fam? To all the parents, y'all tap in with me. Look, today I got a few tips that's going to help you become a more effective parent to your kids. And I'm also going to talk about some of the biggest issues with parenting today. So you tap in. And if you're new here, I'm D. Lee Spills. On Tuesdays, I talk to the athletes and I talk to parents because these are a big thing that needs to be improved in order to make society better. Understand that as a parent, it starts and ends with you. Where your kid goes, at some point, it'll be on them, but you as a parent set the foundation for what your kids are going to become. You set the fertilization, you set the environment, you really set the atmosphere. So I need you to understand that it starts with you, and you got to make sure that you're in a good place where you have a good understanding and a good culture your own self, and you're mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically healthy and in a good place where you can instill those things into your kids. Because if any of those things are out of whack, then you just gonna have your kids misaligned and out of whack too. Because like I said, it starts and ends with you. So first off, to anybody out here, if you're a parent and you experienced childhood trauma, you didn't get the love and affection or the correct nurturing from your parents, you got to take time to address that, because if you don't, those broken and unhealed parts of you, you're going to damage your own kids through those things, and it just passes on. That's what we talk about, generational trauma. Same thing with money. If you grew up kind of like me, I grew up we struggled financially. I mean, we got by, but it was a lot of times where we just didn't have it. That was just normally what I grew up with. I didn't grow up with a belief system that I could be financially extremely well off. Had hopes of it, but that wasn't a strong belief that was instilled. I didn't learn how to save money. That was things that I learned on my own, just putting up money for a rainy day and learning how to invest, not just spending money on things that we like, whether that's clothes, as for adults, a car, accessories and things, and actually taking some of your money, setting it aside and investing those things into things that are gonna make you more money. A lot of us, we don't learn these things. Our parents didn't teach us these things. And I get it, because their parents didn't teach it. And like I said earlier, it's a culture. So as parents, it's up to you to understand how to be financially literate. That way you can pass those values on to your kids, and they can grow up and have even better than what you had. And they can be able to provide an even better life and a better family system financially for their family once they get to that point in their kids. That's how we do it. Each generation is supposed to make the next better and to add more value. And that's just how it goes. So, like I said, emotionally, mentally, you got to heal. You got to learn financial literacy so that you can instill those values in your kids. Dieting and health. A lot of us, we didn't learn, especially me. I use me as an example again. I grew up in the Deep South. On average, a typical meal, we have multiple starches on the plates, macaronis, all different types of rices. Where I'm from, we got yellow rice, we got red rice, we got seafood rice, we got dirty rice, you name it. Potato salad, sweet potato salad, not sweet potato salad, potato salad, seafood salad, whatever salad you can name, starches. And then you had your fried chicken, your lemonade, or sweet tea, or Kool-Aid. All of that is just starch, carbs, sugar, which is a diabetes and unhealthy magnet. And a lot of times we didn't learn that, okay, we need to eat more fruits and more vegetables on an everyday basis, and that to be a majority, and eating clean meats as a majority of our diet. We just went off of what we knew. And a lot of times we just ate what our parents provided. and the food is good, so we don't think anything of it, and then it just passes on. And I don't knock any of my parents or any other parents out here, because a lot of times you only do what you know. And the thing is, when you know better, you do better. So that's what I'm here sharing this with you, to take time to understand the importance of healthy diet and healthy eating, because you got to have a healthy, strong body that can be able to move, maneuver, and do the things that you need to do on a day-to-day basis to survive, to take care of your family, to take care of yourself, and to fulfill your life purpose with whatever it is that you're doing. If you're not healthy, then you can't do a lot of those things. And the same thing will happen with your kids if they grow up eating. You got to teach them you can have fast food and some of these other junk foods here and there, but that should not be a majority of the diet. If that's a majority, that's a problem. And as a parent, it starts with you to set that standard with your kids. Like I said again, and I'm going to keep saying it, when you know better, you do better. So it's all about the culture, which is just the everyday habits that you do. That's what a culture is. And you got to instill a good and strong culture in your kids. That way, your kids are going to be better. Your grandkids are going to be even better based off of your kids being better. And that's how you have a strong family tree, a strong clan. And that's what it's all about at the end of the day. Now, the last thing, which is a big bonus that I want to talk about, one of my biggest pet peeves and issues with parenting today in the 21st century, 2024, is that we've lost the village. I can't understand how we don't have the village that raises kids anymore. And that's why you got so many kids nowadays. A lot of folks say that they disrespectful, they don't have no values, they're lazy, they don't want to go out here and do things. Because what you got to understand is, as a parent, and that's even for the families that have two-parent households, which a lot of them don't have. One or two parents is never going to be able to give a kid all of the tools and everything that they need to be a productive and formidable adult in society. For me, it wasn't just my parents. I had my uncles, I had my aunts, I had some of the folks in the church that I grew up with, I had coaches, I had teachers, there were some neighbors that all played a role, and then family, friends, so many different people that played a role and had a hand in me getting the things that I needed to become a formidable adult and to be an asset to my family, my community, my neighborhood. And we don't have that anymore. Nowadays, so many parents, they don't want nobody saying nothing to their kids. How the hell are they gonna be good if nobody, or get corrected on things that they don't do well, if nobody can check them or say anything to them? We gotta stop that shit, man. We gotta stop that, because it takes a community to get it together. And when you do that, you literally isolating and chopping off a big chunk of the support that a kid needs in order to get the values that they need to be a good person and a strong, formidable person. So, and I'm not saying to just trust any and everybody, but you should be able to have people that are aligned with your values that can be able to also help chip in and steer your kids to where they need to go to be the person that they need to be. Because you ain't going to be able to do it all by yourself. You're not just your parents or the kids' grandparents. It ain't just your brothers and sisters, which will be their uncles. It's so many different parts that goes into it. And we got to be better with that. Even down with sports, man, I see a lot of parents fighting with teachers and fighting with coaches and stuff. And these people play a big role into developing your kids. A lot of teachers spend more time out of the day with your kids than you do during the week. If we keeping it a buck, it would be wise of you to take time and get aligned with teachers, coaches, other people that's gonna be around your kids so that you all can do a team and committee effort with getting these kids what they need in order to grow up and be strong, formidable, effective, really good people in society that's gonna make this world, their neighborhood, your family, all of it better. So as parents, we gotta tighten up, take the time to make sure that you have the tools that you need that are important in life, and then you instill those things into your kid and watch what happens to your family. Watch how much better your overall family is. So I'm not going to keep rambling. That's just my spiel on it. And if you're new here, like I said, on Tuesdays, I talk to the parents. This is an every week type of thing. Y'all tap in with me on Tuesdays. Hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And share this to somebody that may be a parent that could use this so that I can get this message out to a bigger audience, because we're trying to make this society better, man. That's what this whole channel is all about. So I appreciate you if you made it this far. And until next time, man, peace and love.